Drampa and its shiny debut in the dragon-focused Lunar New Year event in Pokemon Go. And in this video, I will be going through all of the event details, event tips, Pokemon worth catching, raids worth raiding, and more. So the event runs from February 5th till the 11th. Drampa makes its debut and it is being released alongside its shiny form, which is nice to see because often they are released as a shiny later down the line. Hopefully we see more of Pokemon being released with their shinies in the future. So the bonuses will be increased chance of lucky trades, increased chance to become lucky friends, and you'll get additional candy and chance for Candy XL from catching Pokemon with nice, great, and excellent throws. So the wild encounters for the event will be Magikarp, Dratini, Shuckle, Fennekin, Skrelp, Noibat, and rarely Jangmo-o. In 1-star raids will be Dratini, Dino, and Goomy, and in 3-star raids will be Druddigon, Turtonator, and Drampa. In field research will be Dratini, Trapinch, Swablu, Gible, Darumaka, Druddigon, Dino, Skrelp, Tyrant, Goomy, Turtonator, and Drampa. There will be a $2 timed research available that will reward Stardust, XP, 2 lucky eggs, and event-themed encounters. So there will be a global challenge during this event where trainers have to get a combined 1 billion nice throws. Reaching this target will reward additional event features. So on completion, you will be able to get some legacy moves from evolving certain Pokemon during the event. There will also be additional wild encounters and an additional 1-star raid and 3-star raid boss. They haven't announced which Pokemon will feature from the global challenge, but I will go through some of my own speculation later on in the video. So that's all the details for the event. Let's have a look at some tips to help you make the most of it. So it is well worth trading as much as you can during this event with the increased chance of getting lucky trades. If you didn't already know, lucky trades are the best way to get Shundos and Hundos in the game because they have a 12-12-12 IV floor, meaning there is a 1 in 64 chance of getting 100% IV on a traded Pokemon. Remember, the trade cap per day is 100 and you only get 1 special trade per day. So as well as that, another reason to trade would be the fact that this season you do get additional candy and a guaranteed XL candy per trade. And with the fact that you need 35 platinum medals to reach level 49, trading is worth it to work on your platinum gentleman medal and possibly your platinum pilot medal if the Pokemon traded have some amount of distance between them. It's also worth making sure that you interact with your friends once a day during the event by trading, battling, raiding together, etc., because you will have an increased chance of becoming lucky friends. Being lucky friends is a great way to guarantee a lucky trade, so if you do get some lucky friends, it's worth trading something that benefits from having high IVs, like meta raid attackers or top Master League Pokemon, for example. I would recommend trying to go for higher accuracy throws during this event because you will get increased candy and increased chance for Candy XL. So a base catch will get you 3 candy, a catch with a nice throw will get you 4 candy, a catch with a great throw will get you 5 candy, and a catch with an excellent throw will get you 6 candy per catch. It's also worth noting that if you do catch a Pokemon with the smallest catch circle, it will be a critical catch where the ball only shakes once and then catches the Pokemon. So as this event is great for candy with the event bonuses, using pin-ups is recommended, and you can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon that is the same type as the Pokemon you are catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. So as the majority of the encounters for this event are Dragon type, I recommend Mega Evolving a Dragon type. You can Mega Evolve Charizard, Ampharos, Sceptile, Altaria, Salamence, Latios, Latias, Rayquaza, or Garchomp. Remember to Mega Evolve a Pokemon that you have at max Mega level because you will get more candy, Candy XL, and XP compared to a base level Mega Evolution. So when it comes to Stardust, there are no specific bonuses for the event, but with all the candy available, it might be worth using star pieces if you decide to grind the event. But if you don't have many star pieces, I do recommend waiting for events where there are Stardust bonuses. Likewise, there are no XP bonuses, but again, it might be worth using lucky eggs if you are out grinding the event, but you could save them for XP bonus events if you are limited on them. So outside of trading platinum medals, this event will be a good chance to work on your platinum dragon tamer medal, which is one of the harder ones to get with dragon types being comparatively rare. So when it comes to the global challenge rewards, these are my thoughts and predictions. So for the featured attacks, I imagine they will be the Community Day featured evolution attacks of Pokemon that are featured in this event. So there are 2 ground type attacks shown, and I do reckon these could be Earth Power Flygon and Earth Power Garchomp. I think the Fairy type attack is likely Moonblast on Altaria. The Dragon attack could be Outrage on Salamence, Draco Meteor on Dragonite, or even Breaking Swipe on Haxorus. And the normal type attack is likely to be Boom Burst Noivern. So if these are true, these are the ones that I recommend going for. So Flygon is not really worth it because Scorching Sands is better than Earth Power for it. If you can can get Earth Power on Garchomp, I would recommend going for this one. Moonblast will be worth it for Altaria for Great League, so if you do happen to get Outrage on Salamence, then I highly recommend evolving to get that. Draco Meteor is not really worth it for Dragonite because Outrage is better. If it happens to be Breaking Swipe on Haxorus, I would recommend it because it does benefit Haxorus. And for Noivern, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really have any meta relevance. So for the wild spawns, there are quite a lot of options that fit the event that aren't already in the wild, like Gible, Dino, Swablu, Trapinch, Axew, Goomy, Bagon, Tyrant, etc. And for the one space in the graphic for the wild encounters that doesn't have a shiny possibility, this could be Frigibax. It's also possible that Frigibax could be in the 1-star raid as well, but I think it's more likely to be Jangmo-o. Remember, this is all just speculation though, and it's not confirmed. So with that said, which Pokemon are actually worth catching during this event? So Magikarp will be available, and it's a good opportunity to get Candy to evolve into Gyarados if you need it for the Dex or you need it for research. Gyarados is also a strong Pokemon in the Master League, being ranked 32 and 18 in its Shadow form. Additionally, Mega Gyarados is a top Water and Dark type raid attacker. Dratini also features in this event, and Dragonite is a decent Dragon type raid attacker in its Shadow form, and it is also one of the best Pokemon in the Master League, being ranked 3. It's also decent in the Great League, being ranked 74 and ranked 46 in its Shadow form with 3, 15, 14 IVs, and it is ranked 105 in the Ultra League and 39 as a Shadow, and for the Ultra League you want IVs of 0, 13, 15 to be at its best. It's also worth noting that Dragonair is actually ranked higher than Dragonite in the Great League, being ranked 54 and 31 as a Shadow, with perfect PvP IVs of 1, 15, 15. So if you are looking to get a Hundo Dragonite for Master League, I would recommend trying to get a Dratini from field research or raids rather than the wild because of the higher IV floor. Skrelp is another notable encounter, with Dragalge being ranked 73 in the Ultra League with 1, 15, 15 IVs. If you are going for these IVs, it is better to pick this up from the wild as opposed to field research because there's no IV floor in the wild. So Noibat might be worth catching if you haven't got a Noivern for the Dex yet, because it does require 400 candy to evolve. Jangmo-o will be the rare spawn and worth picking up when you see it because it is a rare Pokemon in general, and Como-o is a good Go Battle League Pokemon, being relevant in all 3 of the main leagues. In the Great League it is ranked 34 with 0, 14, 14 IVs. In the Ultra League it is ranked 71 with 0, 11, 14 IVs, and it is ranked 45 in the Master League with Hundo IVs of 15, 15, 15. So Swablu is available in research, and Altaria is ranked 65 in the Great League with 0, 14, 15 IVs. If Swablu does become a wild encounter from the Global Challenge, then I would recommend trying to get it from there if you're trying to get an Altaria for Great League, because the wild encounters have no IV floor. So Gible is available, and Garchomp is a decent Dragon type raid attacker and a top 10 ground type raid attacker, and it is even better in its Shadow form, and as a Mega it's even better again. In its Mega form it is the second best Dragon and ground type raid attacker. Garchomp is also ranked 33 in the Master League. Darumaka could be a target because Darmanitan is a decent Fire type raid attacker. Dino is worth picking up because Hydreigon is one of the best Dark type raid attackers. Also Zweilous is ranked 27 in the Great League with 0, 15, 15 IVs, and with the 10, 10, 10 IV floor of research and raids, you would need to trade this Pokemon with a low friendship level friend to get IVs close to the spread that it wants for PvP. So if you want a Zweilous from PvP, it might be worth waiting till it is in the wild, which is a possibility from the Global Challenge unlocks. It's also good to note that getting a perfect PvP IV spread isn't super important outside of high rank play, so you could still get one and use it in the Great League with less than perfect PvP IVs. The moveset is generally the most important thing. So Tyrant is available, and Tyrantrum is a decent budget rock type raid attacker, so it might be worth getting some of these. Goomy is available, and I wouldn't recommend wasting time trying to get the shiny during this event because it is most likely going to be featured in Community Day in June this year, where the shiny rates will be much higher. Drampa will be available in research and in raids during this event. Drampa is a normal and dragon type. It'll max out at 3294 CP. It has 231 attack, 164 defense, and 186 stamina. It doesn't look like this Pokemon will be that good in terms of Go Battle League and as a raid attacker, but it's good to know that if you do want to try out Drampa in the Great League, you will need to get one from research because its CP will be too high from raids. I would recommend picking it up from research as long as the task for it isn't something like win 3 raids. In that case, raiding it will probably be easier to get unless you're going to be raiding a lot of other Pokemon. So with that said, which Pokemon are actually worth your raid passes during this event? In 1-star raids, I wouldn't recommend Goomy, it doesn't have any meta relevance and it will likely have a community day soon. You could raid Dratini if you're looking for a hundo for the Master League because of the 10-10-10 IV floor. However, Dratini is also in research, so it might be worth doing that instead of raiding it. If you are looking for Dragonite for Great League or for Ultra League, or a Dragonair for Great League, I would recommend hunting Dratini in the wild where there is no IV floor, making it a lot easier to get the PvP IV spreads as I mentioned previously. Dino could be an option for raiding if you're looking for a raid attacking Hydreigon. Again, it might not be worth it for a Great League Zweilous because of the IV floor. So none of the 3-star raid bosses for this event are particularly relevant, so unless you are shiny hunting them or you're looking to get them for the decks, I'd say they aren't really worth raiding. As well as the Lunar New Year event, there are some other events going on during February, and if you want to know more about them and some tips for them, check out these videos next.